report your birth certificates, your insurance papers, any certifications that you have to rebuild your life if you have to evacuate.
That's a good point.
That's a really good point.
I heard a teacher in New Orleans who had to evacuate. She was able to completely create her life and rebuild somewhere else because she had all her certification with her.
That's great. And how many people think about that?
No, not at all. Have it in one place, grab and go, particularly in a container that is fireproof.
Right.
Preferably.
Great.
Also, cell phone again. Program your phone to have a ICE person in case of emergency, ICE, in case of emergency. Not only for you in case you're in a panic, but also if somebody is with you, they will know who to call. And they'll go right to your phone and see ICE, and they'll call that person to help you out. Also, emergency phone list. Stephanie and I are very familiar with that because our book club, during that time, a couple of ladies were checking on us, and we had now a list, not only of our basic information, home and phone, but we also have the safe place information, where we would go if we had to evacuate or just run out of here. We would know where to go. Also, what you were saying, Stephanie, I think this was invaluable for me. On the day of, I stood outside and waited for my car out of a garage for 2 hours on the street when I probably could have been home. So if I had mapped out a route straight home from there, map out a route from your home to anywhere you need to go, 2 or 3 ways to go, school, church, wherever you are, know how to get to a safe place during that time. Also, very simple, a lot of people forget all about this little handy-dandy invention, a whistle. A whistle. And did you have some thoughts about the whistle?
Yeah, because, you know, I remember hearing somebody say when there's an emergency or when you're in danger, in trouble, it's probably not the best thing to do to shout out help. Rather say something like fire, something that's going to grab people's attention, because a lot of people use the word help today, you know, help me do this, help me do that. And if you say help, a lot of people may not listen, pay any attention to you. But if you say fire or have something like a whistle like that, you're going to get people's attention. Yes. So.
Exactly. One other one that I thought was just wonderful, the hand crank radio.
That is
It doesn't, I mean, this has so much in it. It's an AM, FM radio. You have the national weather stations, and has an LED light source like a flashlight and a red light like a siren. It also has a siren. I'm going to demonstrate that too. It's powered by 4 different sources. It has a built-in rechargeable battery. You can use 3 AA batteries, you can use an AC adapter, and by the hand crank alone, you can use this for. And like I said, it has an emergency siren. Hey, that will let people know where you are.
That will get somebody's attention.
Yes, I think I'm in trouble. Someone's in trouble if they hear something like this. And the best thing, a cell phone charger. You can actually charge your phone up, crank this up, and you can charge up your cell phone.
I needed one of those about 3 weeks ago because I was at the gasoline station and my battery died and my cell phone didn't have any juice and I didn't have a charger in my car. Boy, I could have used that little thing.
Oh, absolutely.
And talking about pay phones, it's good to know where they are, but if they aren't any, you're in trouble. Because I was at a gasoline station, they had no pay phone, and then the gasoline station across the street looked like it had 3 pay phones. It had the stand. Fooled me. I ran across the street when I got there. The phones were gone.
Wow.
So that would have been invaluable.
Yes.
And I had just enough energy in my phone to call AAA and my family to let them know, okay, I'm stuck at the gasoline station, and thank God I was at a busy place. Yes. And I wasn't that far from home, so if I had to abandon my car, I could have walked home, but I didn't want to do that.
Right.
But no, that is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
So think of something like this and all the elements of it. Think about that. Last but certainly not least, this is a MRE, Meals Ready to Eat. Most people in the military, Leela, would know about these meals ready to eat. This particular one is meatloaf and gravy. Yum, yum.
But if you're in the field, it's good.
That's right.
I'm telling you, we're going to shout out on those things.
Exactly.
You're hungry.
Yeah, you got that right. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat.
Right.
Pound cake. It has pound cake in here.
Not your
mashed potatoes.
Pound cake, but it's good.
No, that's right. But it'll get you. You'll live.
It'll sustain you.
Yes, you will live. Cocoa. It has a cocoa powder in here. Vegetables and crackers, and it has its condiments. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. This is just another option to just having canned food.
And how long would a kit like that last you?
Several years.
Yeah.
Several years.
I mean, as far as if there were an emergency and you need to eat, how long would that, if you need to actually use it?
Oh, yeah. How long will it last?
Yeah, how long will it last you? Like, will it last you for a couple of days, or you kind of just ration it as you?
Oh, that's a meal.
Oh, yeah, that's a meal.
Yeah. It's just, so that's
yes,
one meal.
Yeah.
In
one
here.
meal.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. And then this is the heating device, and pretty much you just follow the directions. You just cut this open, you add water, and the heating mechanism heats up the food, and you put the food along with this next to it or inside it, and you got a meal and you're ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, the
So
Jetsons.
you have exactly. So you have examples of what you can do to make your own kit and be ready for any emergency. Anything comes up, you now know what to do. So ladies, now that we have our plan and we are ready to go, ready to do the thrift store?
We are ready to go thrift shopping.
Yes.
That's great information.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of work.
Yes. So now we're going to go and share with you our thrift store experiences. Come on back.
Go shopping. Okay. And welcome to our segment on thrift store and consignment stores. You know, in these tough economic times, like you were saying, Julie, earlier, people need to find a way where you can buy quality things and not have to break the bank. And thrift stores and consignment stores are places where you can do that. Not only can you save money, but also you may be able to make a little money as well, because if you consign your items, whether it be clothes or shoes, sometimes people have fur coats or what have you, you take it to a consignment store and you make a deal with the owner. And if the owner sells it, you agree upon a percentage of which you will be paid for that sale. So in these economic times, it's a way for you to make money as well, possibly. And I tell you, I love thrift stores, and I know you two ladies do. We're going to talk about some of the things we found before. But just giving you a brief little background on thrift stores and consignment shops. In the U.S., you may hear them called by several different names in the U.S. and Canada. They could be called thrift stores or thrift shops, resale, or hospice. In Canada, they'll call them hospice stores or charity shops. In Australia and New Zealand, they'll call them op shops. So depending on where you are around the world, they could be called different names. But primarily, these shops are owned and operated by groups that run charities. It could be secular charities, it could be churches, missions, those types of organizations. And the proceeds or the profits that they make from the sale of the goods in the stores are donated to those charities. And they support a lot of different charities, from children's charities to maybe homeless shelters, to missions, hospitals, all types of charities. So not only are you going to be able to buy some really neat things for yourself, but at the same time, you're supporting a charitable organization. And a lot of times they're tax write-offs, especially if you make donations to the thrift stores. They're usually tax write-offs for you. So that's another way to support the community and save some money, ladies. What do you think about thrift stores?
Well, I think they're great, and it was so much fun because another person's trash is your treasure.
Yes.
So I had a ball when you find things like, wow, that's cool. Somebody else said, oh, I've had that for 20 years. I don't like it, but it was fun. It's an experience, and you're in there sharing your experience with so many other people. So I love it. I love it.
And you can find a lot of different things, from clothes to kitchenware, furniture. You can find a lot of things, and it's not expensive.
Absolutely.
People give, like Julie was saying, your treasure and your trash. People give nice things away.
Yes, they do. And we're going to see some of those nice things in a moment. Absolutely. I was digging around and looking at the history of thrift stores and consignment shops, but primarily thrift stores or resale stores or hospice shops or charity shops, whatever you want to call them. And actually, the first one was opened by the Red Cross in 1941 in London. And that was around World War II. A lot of people, there were a lot of economic chaos going on at that time. So people needed a way to not only raise money for charities, but also to be able to save themselves. So the first one was actually opened by the Red Cross in London in 1941. I'm still trying to find out when the first one opened here in the U.S., and one day I'm going to find that out for you. We'll keep researching to find that out. And they call them actually gift shops over there in London, because the idea was that whatever you purchased could not be sold for resale. You couldn't resell it. So they looked at it as a gift. So if whatever you bought in those shops over there,